The first time Kennedy Burke has missed a three in the last 3 games. She had made 7 in a row over her last 2.
Nicely done to get it inside to Mitchell.
Caitlin Clark, eyes always up. You see her there, tongue wagging. What a great look to see how...
How did one small-town girl turn a simple jumper into a fashion sensation that took the world and millions of dollars by storm?
Another feed inside, and Stuckey finishes! Clark's 8th assist!
Caitlin Clark isn't just rewriting the record books, she's redefining the game. With unstoppable skill, soaring fame, and a lifestyle as bold as her plays, her story is nothing short of jaw-dropping.
Without Jordan Canada on the floor, this is not how Atlanta is going to look as the season goes on, playing with 2 bigs. I think they'll make some adjustments, but they are doing a good job playing with 2 bigs so far.
And there's Clark turning the corner.
Before the sold-out arenas, the sponsorship deals, and the viral highlight reels, Caitlin Clark was just a fearless 5-year-old tearing up courts in Des Moines, Iowa. Born into a family where competition was practically a second language, it's no wonder she grew into a star. Her dad, Brent Clark, played basketball and baseball at Simpson College before becoming a sales executive, teaching Caitlin both discipline and fire. Her mom's side was no less competitive. Her grandpa coached football, her cousin Audrey Faber played Division I hoops, and her uncles were all college athletes. And her older brother, Blake? He played football at Iowa State. In short, the Clarks didn't raise spectators. They raised warriors. Growing up, Caitlin split her time between soccer and basketball, and her family swears she had the talent to go pro in either. But basketball stole her heart. Then came the moment that set the tone for her future. At just 5, playing in a boys' league, a frustrated opponent kept fouling her. Instead of shrinking, Caitlin popped back up, charged him, knocked him out of bounds, and stood over him, unapologetic and unshaken. It wasn't just a little girl standing her ground. It was the first spark of a fire that's still burning today.
Full circle it does, because we wanted to make your dream come true. You've made so many dreams come true. State Farm knew it had been some time since you'd seen Maya, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Maya Moore.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I feel like I'm big.
By the time most kids were glued to cartoons, Caitlin Clark was glued to game tape. Basketball wasn't a hobby for her. It was an obsession. And her hero? Maya Moore of the Minnesota Lynx. That was the closest WNBA team to her hometown. And Caitlin wasn't just a fan. She was a student of every move, every play. She and her dad would make the 3.5-hour drive just to see Maya play live. Most kids would have been bored stiff by the ride. Caitlin got out of the car, fired up, mind buzzing with strategies, heart pounding with ambition. Fast forward to high school, and she hit the court like a one-girl storm. As a senior, she averaged an unbelievable 33.4 points per game. She didn't just score, she shattered records. She once put up 60 points in a single game, the second highest in Iowa 5-on-5 girls basketball history, and nailed 13 three-pointers in another, setting a state record. But her journey wasn't all cheers and confetti. Her team fell in the regional finals, again. Heartbreak could have broken her. Instead, she used it as fuel. Every loss was a lesson. Every setback a step forward. The payoff? Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year. Class 5, a all-state first team. The numbers screamed greatness, but her hunger screamed louder.
Fired up! Slide and put your foot on that baseline and turn her back out, or make her shoot a walled-up shot. Clark with the tough 3! Coming into this game, she was 0 for 5.
Everybody wanted Caitlin Clark. Like every top school in the country was lining up, practically tripping over themselves to get her. But nope. She sticks with Iowa, right in her backyard. She could have chased some flashy, big-name program, but nah, she wants her family close, cheering her on, probably embarrassing her from the front row. And man, she didn't waste any time making noise. First college game? She just walks in and throws up 27 points, snags 8 boards, and hands out 4 assists like it's nothing. The NCAA had no clue what just hit them. Caitlin Clark strolled in and said, "Yeah, you're gonna remember my name." Her freshman year was historic. A unanimous first-team All-Big Ten selection, she was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year, shattered multiple program records, and became the first freshman ever to win the Dawn Staley Award, given to the best guard in Division I. But that was just the warm-up. In her sophomore season, she made history again, becoming the first player in men's or women's Division I to record back-to-back 30-plus point triple-doubles. She was a stat machine fueled by competition. Then came her defining moment, dropping 41 points on reigning champion South Carolina in the Final Four, ending their 42-game winning streak spectacularly. Though Iowa fell to LSU in the title game, Caitlin scored 30 points and hit 8 three-pointers, the most ever in a men's or women's championship. She swept every major National Player of the Year award and, in her senior year, did the unthinkable, passing Pete Maravich to become the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, male or female. Caitlin Clark wasn't just rewriting history. She was redefining what greatness looked like in the college game, and the sport may never see another like her. On the court, Caitlin Clark is lethal, but off the court, she's a full-blown phenomenon. With over 1 million Instagram followers, she's not just an athlete, she's an icon. She's the kind of name even people who don't follow basketball recognize instantly. And when Iowa fans call her their queen, they mean it literally. She's thrown the first pitch at an Iowa Cubs game, been honored with a life-size butter sculpture at the Iowa State Fair, and become the first college athlete ever to appear on the Manning cast with Peyton and Eli Manning during an NFL broadcast. That's crossover power most pros spend a lifetime chasing. The state of Iowa didn't just cheer for her, they made it official. February 22nd is now Caitlin Clark Day. And her memorabilia game? Next level. In 2022, one of her autographed trading cards sold for $78,000, making it the most expensive women's basketball card ever, second only to Serena Williams. In 2024, she became the top-selling college athlete on Fanatics, beating out football stars and NCAA champions. She's not all basketball either. She even teed off at the John Deere Classic Pro-Am with PGA pros Zach Johnson and Ludwig Oberg. While most college students stress about textbooks and meal plans, Caitlin has been building a business empire. It all started in August 2021 with a local NIL deal from Vinyl Studio in West Des Moines. From the jump, she made it clear. She'd only partner with brands that matched her values and roots. Things escalated fast. She signed with Nike in October 2022, and exactly 1 year later, became the first collegiate athlete to ink a deal with State Farm. In December, she joined Gatorade, directing $22,000 from that deal to her Caitlin Clark Foundation, which supports youth through education, sports, and nutrition. She also partnered with Hy-Vee to launch Caitlin's Crunch Time cereal, with proceeds benefiting her foundation. Adding sponsorships from Bose, Buick, Goldman Sachs, H&R Block, and Topps, she has built a portfolio that rivals seasoned professionals. For Caitlin, this isn't just about collecting endorsements. It's about creating a lasting brand with purpose. Whether it's cereal, sneakers, or service, she knows how to win. And her biggest victories happen far beyond the scoreboard.
It's pretty cool. It's got I feel like it's fever, but it's also Iowa, so you get the best of both worlds. I have another one that you'll probably see me wear later on that is even more fever. So just wait for that one. But yeah, you got the yellow. They look a little similar to the Bruce Lees that I wear, but like still different. I like the gold swoosh.
Caitlin Clark hasn't even completed her first WNBA season, yet she's already worth an estimated $3 million without touching a full pro paycheck. Her fortune is fueled by powerhouse endorsements with Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm, deals on par with elite NBA and NFL stars. Her memorabilia market is exploding too, with signed trading cards fetching tens of thousands. And that's before factoring in her WNBA earnings, which will only add to her growing empire. More than an athlete, Caitlin has crafted a brand. Premium, influential, and unstoppable. She's not just making money, she's making history, and her climb has only just begun.
Well, that is a lot of size and strength and experience on the interior.
Clark on the drive, gets inside, and there's her first bucket in this building. The assist for Boston.
You're not going to catch Caitlin Clark flexing some mega mansion on Instagram or sipping cocktails by her private beach. Nope, she chose Iowa for college, stayed close to her West Des Moines crew, and essentially lived for driveway hoops and those classic family arguments over dinner about who knew basketball. Even after her NIL deals started rolling in, still no peeks into some tricked-out living room or cringy influencer house tour. She's not out here blowing cash on marble countertops or infinity pools. Instead, Caitlin's throwing her money and her time at youth programs, local charities, and just hanging with her fam. Yeah, folks love to guess when she'll snag some flashy pad now that she's hit the WNBA. But honestly, she's still rocking those Midwest vibes, down to earth, chill, and not about that hype life. For Caitlin, it's never been about the house. It's what she's building, and spoiler, it's way bigger than square footage. Honestly, nobody knows what Caitlin Clark's whipping around town is. She's got that Buick partnership, so yeah, you bet she's not rolling up in some old beater. Maybe something slick, maybe even a little bougie, but not the type to flex a Lambo or a G-Wagon all over Instagram. She's not about that look at me life, at least not yet. That's kind of her thing. Keeps it real, doesn't need to stunt with a garage full of sports cars. At this point, no wild car collection, unless she's hiding it better than the CIA. But hey, with endorsements piling up and her WNBA journey just kicking off, who knows? Give it a year, and she might be test driving something crazy. For now, though, the biggest flex is just how chill she's staying while the hype goes nuclear. Caitlin Clark's life is the perfect blend of headline-worthy achievements, relentless hard work, and refreshing humility. Whether she's shattering records, building her brand, or inspiring the next generation, she's setting a new standard for what it means to be a modern athlete. She's living proof that success doesn't have to mean abandoning your values, and that sometimes the boldest statement you can make is staying true to yourself. If you've enjoyed this story and want more inspiring journeys like Caitlin's, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of greatness.